Welcome to Turn a Page, the official comic book club for Nerd Initiative. Each week, the NI Bullpen will be covering the world of comics, talking to creators, deep diving into some fantastic stories, and much more. Now let's hand it over to the team and turn a page.
Welcome to a very special edition of Nerd Initiative's Turn a Page, the official comic book club for the home of pop culture positivity. My name is Ken M. You know me as the host of the ODPH podcast. I'm also Nerd Initiative Editor-in-Chief. Joining me in studio, you know him as the head of NI Wrestling, but he is also one of our featured comic reviewers at Nerd Initiative, and he's a big fan of what we're going to be talking about here for multiple reasons. Please give a warm welcome to the one and only Rich.
I'm very excited to be here. I feel like I've rewound my clock about 20 years, and this is going to be very enjoyable.
Yes, indeed, because when this Kickstarter campaign came across our desk, I think our entire bullpen stopped, went, what is this? And we need to talk about it. And knowing the all-star team that is behind the newest addition to your comic collection that you cannot afford to miss, because like I said, the Kickstarter campaign is ending August 23rd. But seriously, do not wait till the last minute. Go order early, go order often, and share the link because you don't not want to miss what is coming from this team of creators. Because when you have an acting family that has entertained millions from their work in Give Me a Break, Blossom, Mrs. Doubtfire, Boy Meets World, and their own sitcom Brotherly Love, and the Brotherly Love podcast, teaming up with a dynamic duo production company is making a lot of waves in the comic world, especially with their debut with Dark Horse Comics, The Writer, Nerd Initiative Cheers, who's winner, by the way. And if we're talking Nerd Initiative Cheers these winners, they teamed up with an artist whose artwork is mind-blowing to limits we can't even get into. You've seen it in Toe Tag Riot, Pawn Shop, covers for Ghost Machine that are a personal favorite of ours here. But let's be honest, when we have him on, it's because we want to give the admiration to the Eisner nominated, should have won, and Nerd Initiative Cheersy winner, The Pedestrian. You put them all together, like I say, that's an all-star crew, and they are the team behind the Lawrence Brothers Detective Agency. So please let me give a warm welcome to Joey Matthew and Andrew Lawrence, Ben and Max Berkowitz, and the one and only Sean Von Gorman of comics. Everybody, what is going on?
Whoa, what an introduction, fellas. Truly appreciate all those kind words. We don't deserve any of them, but I appreciate it, you know?
Thank you guys very deserve much. That and more. I'm serious.
Thanks,
like I say, seeing everybody come together about this and seeing the project, which we can't understate enough. Get on the Kickstarter link. It's in the bio of this YouTube channel. It's in the bio of the podcast. How did this whole project come to be? Because this is something truly special.
You know, man, it's crazy. We've said it before, but literally 20 years ago, and I'll let Matt speak to it because he's got the best handle on like the memory that this sort of spawned from. But 20 years ago, we were talking about doing something like this. We were all fans of the Hardy Boys. We were all fans of Scooby-Doo. We were all fans of this world. And we thought, wouldn't it be fun if I don't know, if like the acting thing didn't work out or something, if we were detectives, you know, and used all of our Hollywood skills to solve all these mysteries that, well, first of all, begin in Hollywood and then outside of Hollywood. Anyway, cut to all these years later. By chance, we are teamed up with the Berkowitz brothers and Sean Von Gorman. And the Berkowitz brothers are like, hey, guys, we're thinking there's this space in the graphic novel world, which we think there's a big hole, and we think you guys could fill it. And we're thinking, like, what if you guys had a detective agency, Lawrence Brothers Detective Agency? We were like, what? Dude, we've been talking about this for 20 years. And I'll let Matt jump in here. Isn't that right, Matt? We were on a family vacation, right?
Yeah, we were on a family vacation, and it's weird because even though, you know, like you said, we spent a lot of time in TV and film, all of our dreams and kind of fantasies about this type of idea, we were dreaming as if we were writing a graphic novel. I mean, that's the way we were seeing it.
Yes.
And this was a long time ago. We were on a family vacation, and we just started like spitballing all these ideas. Like I used to get sunburn really bad. And so Andy made this hilarious idea. Well, what if, you know, the arch nemesis is your shed? Like you get sunburned so bad that you shed a whole version of yourself, and this little cloak version of me becomes the evil me and starts haunting.
That steals stuff. So we have to solve crimes and use our, you know, procedural skills from all the procedural dramas and like CSI guest spots we've done to solve these crimes. Anyway, so many years later, our good buddy Brian,
the
Berkowitz brothers, who said, you know, this could be a fun team. obviously after the success with the writer, to maybe be the next kind of thing you guys attack. And then they kind of spawned a similar idea about like detectives and brothers and Hardy Boys, doing something like that. So when we heard that, we just got so excited. It was basically the fuel that ignited the fire, man. After all these years, for this dream that we've always kind of wanted to get into the space of comics and graphic novels, and then maybe potentially an animated series. It's limitless and boundless, with creativity. We're such big fans of the medium, and we're such big fans of the team. And then obviously we got introduced to the legendary Sean Von Gorman of comics down there. I see you, buddy. It's been too long. Where have you been? I haven't seen or heard from you since Comic-Con. I'm having withdrawals.
I've liked every single one of your posts.
I know, me too. Yeah. Basically, we're staying strong. Anyway, that's the run and short of it. You guys can fill it in from there. I
mean, no. And we wanted to work with these legends. These guys are freaking legends. They've been in
our
industry.
own minds. In our own minds.
You've all three of you been in this industry since you were like babies. You know everything about Hollywood. So there's endless stories that we can tell.
Yeah, and then Sean and I, Sean, Max, and I, we kind of came up with our own own projects at the same time, and we're doing our own marketing hustle thing behind the books, and we were like, and Sean and I started talking about this project, and we were like, you are the only person who can really bring this like crazy, weird, beautiful story to life, just the way you kind of brought the pedestrian to life. Oh, I think he disappeared.
Oh.
He was offended. Yeah. And good. We got to go find him, guys. It's our first case. We got to find our illustrator.
Where is he? It's going to be really.
There he is.
Oh, there he is. Where did he go?
I love that. That's amazing. That's
actually kind of sexy.
It's not him anymore. It's just a portrait of him.
All right, sorry.
There we go. Sorry.
That is so good.
I feel like you guys have to get that.
My gosh.
That's great.
I wish I had just screenshot that. That would have been brilliant.
How you doing?
I leave him at the booth when I don't want to be there anymore.
Yeah. Too much.
And the people complain like, hey, I didn't see you at your booth, Sean. Like, but you saw me, right? Oh, you mean cardboard cutout? There you go.
That's me. It's
Brilliant.
me, baby.
Brilliant. Yeah. Ben had pitched this to me a couple months ago, maybe late November, early December. And it's something the Lawrence Brothers Detective Agency, I think was my Winter Soldier code word phrase that like something clicked in my brain. And I said, that has to be a thing. And then I said it. I walked into my bedroom where my wife was sitting on the bed, and she's like, oh, how'd your meeting go? And I was like, do you remember the Lawrence Brothers? And she kind of like freezes and she goes, would we get to meet them? I'm like, baby, we're like so far ahead of that, but yes, of course. And then we finally did, and they were all lovely, and they did not disappoint as humans at San Diego, which by the way, guys, congrats on that San Diego Comic-Con premiere. That was a tremendous first San Diego, everybody.
Yeah, it was awesome.
It was awesome. Truly a blast. Yeah. We had an amazing panel.
Well, yeah, and thank you, Sean, for the panel too. I feel like you kind of swooped in there and saved us and kept us on track, because my brothers and I have a real knack for the chatter.
No,
I kind of practiced by just watching episodes of the pod to sort of like feel out your rhythms, so I can kind of figure out like when would be the right moment to like when it like arches a little bit, and when there's like a pause, I can kind of get something in there. But I think that panel was the first time we were all kind of sat down in a room together. So I honestly think aspects of the project kind of materialized in that moment, where everyone kind of came into the room with different ideas of what this is. And I think we kind of came to like an understanding of like, oh, this is the tone. This is what we're talking about. We're not here just to make fun of the Lawrence Brothers, which we will, of course, but there's also, these guys are legitimately stars, and they've been living in Hollywood their entire lives. And what does that do to people? And I remember seeing Max months after Ben had pitched it at a con, and we were saying, hey, it'd be great this materialized. They were still shopping around before I started shopping around. and they're like, yeah, they want to do like a retreat, and like, oh, so hold on, so you're saying there's a version of the future where we go with the Lawrence brothers somewhere on a retreat to talk about this book? And I was like, in my brain, like, oh wow, like what would that be like? Like, would we go like food shopping, or like where would we go? And Mac goes, don't go to the supermarket.
Bro, I go to the supermarket, like, honestly, probably
I didn't say that.
I love the supermarket.
Absolutely.
I can't tell you how many.
But then you pulled away, like, no, I'm just kidding.
How many?
Matt
doesn't go to the
I don't
supermarket.
go to the supermarket.
No, he doesn't go to the supermarket.
He goes to that fancy one in LA. What is it called?
No, I order
He
it.
orders everything.
Yeah.
Ah.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, I guess the bigger news out of all that is that Sean Von Gorman actually kept the panel together. I've never heard you keeping anything on the rails. It usually goes off the rails.
Oh, dude. He did have that roll of duct tape though, and the wrench backstage, and you were,
No, you know what I loved about it was that he came in and he grounded it, because we were all talking about all these lofty, crazy slime and grime and crime, and then there's like this little pause. And he comes in,
voice of reason.
yeah, and he comes in, but you do realize there is an actual price that's paid for
Being a child,
being a child star, being a star, period.
Mm.
And these currents, are what's going to ground this universe. And I really was like,
awesome.
That really hit me deep, because if you really are going to, seriously going to try to create a graphic novel and a story that's going to build a universe and maybe have all these offshoots, it's got to be still grounded in something. You can't be all the fun.
And we really loved kind of shining a light on that journey as an entertainer, whether it be a child star, which is very drastic, or just an entertainer in general, of the successes and failures of that career, and how it's like, I recently heard the analogy of like it's surfing. You catch a really good a wave, but the ride is going to end, and then you got to paddle back out to catch another wave, and that's the journey of it. And having that kind of be relevant in this comic of the entertainers going missing and then maybe finding themselves or finding their careers or whatever that be, that really touched us, and that really hit home. And we thought, just a cool current and thread through the whole through line through the whole story.
Sorry.
Go, buddy.
No, I was just going to say, there's also something interesting about the price that fans pay. Having grown up and built this emotional attachment to you guys over the last 30 some odd years, growing up, watching you make mistakes on these shows, apologizing, growing up in these 22-minute arcs, and like really building these deep connections, and it kind of grows out of control.
And that price that the fans pay is put in our Kickstarter. There's lots of different tiers, and they can just get on there and help us bring this into life.
Oh boy.
Come on. It was a great segue.
That was
amazing.
Brilliant.
That was really good.
Well, we're having a lot of fun. We hate to pause the action, but it takes a lot to bring you this type of content, and we are holding a Kickstarter right now. We're currently at $24,755 with 161 backers with 14 days to go. This is a really great opportunity to make some new memories with the Lawrence brothers. And what I appreciate about this project and about what the Lawrences are doing is, we're seeing in real time an evolution from media of the 90s and the aughts has changed in a very big way, and we're seeing it change in real time. And it's not so much a project about the Lawrence brothers starting a detective agency, where it is the Lawrence brothers taking back some of their agency, because so much of what they've been involved with, they don't own. Their faces have been ingrained in our lives. They've been on posters, they've been on toys, but so little of that is something that they've exchanged their likeness and the pieces of their lives for these things that we love so much. Yeah.
I love that.
And this is not for
guys.
I was gonna say, if Sean Von Gorman wasn't, he should have just
recess.
He literally could have been a PR guy. Let's be honest.
Hey!
There it is.
Absolutely.
There it is.
I picked this up as research for maybe the style and the look. I think we have borrowed a lot of the vibe of just the box in terms of the coloring, the tone we have, and the art so far. And
Anyways,
what if these we didn't know had an AI chip? and they were all activated to take over the world.
There's only one Joey Lawrence.
True. It's this
Very,
guy
very true.
right here. Yeah.
Well, to get this back on to get this back on track, I need to hear the elevator pitch for this book. I know how it came together. So, what is the actual story all about?
Berkowitz brothers.
No, let's let Sean. I want Sean.
Yeah, Sean.
Sean. Uh-oh.
There he goes.
Here he goes.
There it is.
Have you seen these boys? The Lawrence brothers starts their very own detective agency, in the Lawrence Brothers Detective Agency. When former child stars go missing, it's up to the Lawrence brothers to find them. Are they missing? Are they dead? Have they just stopped working? You decide in the Lawrence Brothers Detective Agency on Kickstarter now, featuring all of your favorite Lawrence brothers, Joey, Matthew, Andy, and the rest, on Kickstarter now.
Woo! I love it.
It's an adult Scooby-Doo.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what it is. You know, it's amazing to me because that space is one that we've all loved. And it's shocking, like as we were kind of doing some research, there's really nothing like that out there, you know? So we thought, and it's funny, years ago, and Matt was so right, he said this before, but when we were thinking about doing something like this, and we were coming up with the characters and the shed and all these things that Matt mentioned and Andy mentioned, we had seen it in captions, like the bubbles. You know, it was graphic novel sort of. That's how we saw this whole thing. So it was just so much. There was so much kismet, and it was so fortuitous. You know how it sort of all came together at this time. You know, and Sean's right. I mean, there's been over the last 44 years, there's been so many things that have been that people have used our likeness, used our faces, and we've had nothing to do with any of it. No control at all. You know, it's such a weird thing, you know? And so we feel like we're finally in control, and we're really excited to sort of bring this story to life. And a lot of our friends are going to be involved in it. You know, but like with any great comedy, you know, as we've said, it will be grounded. You know, there will be heartfelt moments. You know, there will be moments where it's not as easy as you'd think, you know, amidst all the chaos and mayhem and, you know, all that stuff, you know. So, you know, we're looking for a really cool ride to go around the city and the country and possibly the world and solve crimes. You know, it's going to start inside sort of the industry in which we know and we've grown up in, but it definitely has legs and will reach far beyond that if, you know, if we're able to do this, you know, on the scale that we'd like to do this, you know.
Yeah, which I mean, I think after everybody picks up issue 1, I think they're definitely going to be excited about it. I say issue 1, even though it's one volume, but still, you want to hit that ground running. Yeah, you want to hit that ground running. That hopefully this leaves the door open for more, and especially for Joey, Matthew, and Andrew going into comic creation. Like this is something different than what you've done in movie and TV. What do you think has been the biggest change to storytelling that you've noticed?
Yeah, man.
You can go, bro. We're going to say the same thing. We're going to say
we are, but you know,
and then I'll follow it up with the exact same thing.
We'll go like this, Joe. It's about the creative process and how
unabridged it is, right? It's literally we can literally go anywhere we want to go. The graphic novel space allows us, infinite possibilities creatively. We're not confined by studio or budget or executives or marketing people telling us what tests well. We can literally do whatever the hell we want to do and take this thing creatively as wild as we want to. And I feel like that space is super exciting to all of us.
Yeah, because it lends itself to our type of comedy as well,
and also the community too of the fans and the people that really not only embrace us but just the comic and graphic novel space is so cool and so awesome and so genuine.
We've always wanted to be a part of this.
We love it. We love it absolutely. Going from all the different spaces of TV, film, animation, vids, whatever it is, this is a place that we really are happy to be exploring and are excited to thrive in.
Man.
I'm gonna take a big narcissistic swing right now.
Do it.
You always do.
I always do. Like Mike Mignola has built the Mignola verse. We're building the nostalgia verse.
Ooh. Well,
Yeah.
It's almost like you had a copy of my questions. But you didn't. I promise he does not have a copy of my questions. Because that's going to segue perfectly before I let you go further. You've mentioned nostalgia. when you're talking about this book. So for the Berkowitz brothers, what is so special about the era for the readers? I know it's special for myself as a millennial, and probably most of us as pretty much the same. But like, why do you think that this is, so important for this 90s era?
Yeah, I mean, for us, these are the people who raised us on TV. These stars are the heroes they always were to us. The Lawrence brothers, this is the Lawrence brothers renaissance right now that we're in. And we're doing it with love, laughter, and just like the joyful chaos that only these guys can bring.
And
Love
you
you,
can learn
man.
so much about them. There's so many layers to these boys. They can sing, they can dance, you guys direct video games. You do. There's other things I can't say on here, but you're so damn talented, you guys.
Thanks, man. Truly appreciate it. Look, we feel the same way about you. Getting together with all these guys, you never know what to expect, right? Even if the creative process is, successful, right? There's a different level, which is that you're almost simpatico with everybody. You have the same mind. You share the same sense of humor. It's like, family, but yet you're not, but you are, And when we first met up with this team, we literally share the same comic brain, things that strike them funny, even as esoteric as they may be, they are our sense of humor as well. They strike us funny. And I feel like that's what's really going to make this thing unstoppable, is that we all share that same comic thread. That's really been refreshing. And they're all really great guys too.
Let's not go that far.
Well, you are, man. You guys are good guys.
It's true.
It's been a real pleasure. It's been a real.
We already have a nickname for all of us. It's Matzo Pizza.
Matzo Pizza, baby. It's the Jews and Italians. Here we go. Here we go, baby. Don't mess with us. It's super thin crust pizza, almost unleavened.
We're healthy.
It's unleavened crust pizza. People be like, what?
But you know what? If you're serving up this good of a dish to the comic community, that's always a key thing, and that's something that when they're picking up a book for the first time, you got to hit them with something, and really like the emotion you guys are showing right now, like the synergy's there, and that's pouring right onto the pages, and especially like going to Sean now, when you're getting the story from these guys, what is the biggest challenge for you as an artist capturing the 90s and capturing their vision to present it in this format? Is there something of that era you're like, I have to put in this issue, like especially, or just how did they go about for you?
I try to come into something with an open mind and do my research as much as I can to kind of find or rediscover things about this. I don't think we all actually met until like right before we went on the step and repeat of the fandom party. So like we're all queuing up to like do a step and repeat at this party. They're like the people, the handlers are like moving us around, getting our names, and then they go out. Joey met, like of like this moment of like this is them in their natural habitat, and then they push me out, and it just, and then like a long pause, like, no, anything more? I'm an Eisner nominee. No, okay, peace.
You're the rock star, bro. You're the rock star of the event. What the heck's going on?
Where it's like, but that's like even palling along with you to like all the press stuff was an education of what your life is like, of people want to talk to you and they're very interested in talking to you for exactly 5 minutes. Then they got to talk to somebody else. Or even like, depending on who you're rolling with, the way you enter a room changes of like, if you're on your own, we can kind of sneak through. If some of your other friends are with you, we have to enter another way. If Chili shows up, they have to bring us like through the back, through like scooters and stuff, and kind of having that experience of like walking the path you guys have to take of like, we're at San Diego Comic-Con. This is like the #1 spectacle of a thing in the world, but you guys, depending on where you are in terms of who you're rolling with that day, you don't get to enjoy that. You see like where people are taking their break or like smoking a cigarette, or they're walking you past the dumpsters. And that was just an experience of like, oh, this is your glamorous life everyone fantasizes about. It's like, no, we have to like hide you until we need you.
Yeah.
And we're done.
Funny.
It's true.
We asked all your questions. Okay, we're done with it.
Perspective on it because it's so true, and this goes at every level. Like you're right, like even at like the biggest rock concerts, you'll be like, you'll step outside with them and you'll be right by the trash dumpster. You'll just be like hiding there. It's the
Yeah,
same. It's really weird, but yes,
it is
it's
weird.
not the lifestyle all the time that people think it
Dude,
is. Not
you know,
even close.
Sean, that is such a brilliant too anecdote, even for the comics.
Right.
That like we escape by the dumpster. Like, we're always hiding in trash and
It's really been, honestly, it was really experience just rolling with you guys and like kind of getting like the smallest taste of what your experience is versus what my experience is here. And I thought that was
Right.
really interesting. And that's kind of the stuff we want to bring to this because
Yeah, for sure.
it's just so wild and wacky on its own. We don't really need to like bump this up too much. Just the situation itself is ridiculous.
Sure.
And the thing I got a lot of pleasure out of was going into this knowing they probably weren't going to have us in the press stuff. So that morning I went to Ralph's and I made something like this, and then I threw it at Andy, and this made it into like most of the interviews.
Oh, yeah.
The
It did.
milk carton, and it just to see like, there's the world that we live in, and then sometimes you can throw a grain of sand into something to just kind of like change what's happening just a little bit. And it's like, oh, all of a sudden, okay, now the stories we're talking about this milk carton that we found this morning in this
It's true.
big interview type of situation.
No,
It's true, man.
I love that too because that's what Steve Jobs said. That you can poke at the universe, and if you poke at it enough, something pops out on the other side. You don't know what it is, but you took a stab, and what a brilliant stab with that milk carton,
dude.
man.
Some of the best marketing.
Absolutely, like,
I mean,
freaking genius.
that is such a like.
I love it. I love
the
it.
biggest marketing firms would die. At that type of
Totally,
pitch.
man.
That is like the
That was
coolest,
awesome.
most brilliant take.
Yeah, it was something this was the first idea I had after speaking with Ben. I wasn't on the project yet, but sort of like it's stuck in my brain and I couldn't get it out. And then this idea of just them on a milk carton holding this milk carton as their adult selves of the question is, I think Joey said something in like one of our first Zoom calls that like people approach him at shows all the time with like a picture of him at 17 holding up to his face, like what happened to this guy? And that's such a wild thing to happen itself. It's like, well, I'm doing my best, but I'm a human being. Like, and it shows, it speaks to the relationship of, a lot of your fans, like, I don't think completely appreciate that you've lived lives outside of being in their TV. And you have this opportunity to meet these people again. And sometimes it's nerds. Sometimes they're on the spectrum. Sometimes maybe in a rare case, they're just a jerk. And they're having the opportunity to, be a little jerky. From what I saw at San Diego, there's lots of people who love you and came out and
Yeah.
and that was such
Those lines were around the corner for the sign.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And just the panel, I mean, that was a big room, and that was I didn't see any empty seats there. And just the people who were just ready to ask questions and be a part of this, and the 161 backers so far who have just chosen to be a part of this with you guys and to put the story together has been a really positive thing over the past couple of weeks.
And how you guys were out on the street, just talking to everyone, making fun of each other, but with love. It was just amazing.
It's always with love.
Yeah,
Always.
but especially
that's
doing
the
it.
thing.
Oh,
Yeah,
go.
love and heart too. We got to make sure we're all about that, and I think that's a common through all of us is that we're all really open to that, and we all really appreciate that. Sorry. So anyway,
No. I was gonna say because especially showing the comic community that too, like that side. They only know you from what you did in movies and TV. To see that, especially at San Diego too, and making that big impression there, that's huge. And especially to draw a buzz for the book too, because especially with it being the debut, you really want to get as many eyes on it, and especially making that connection with them.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was awesome. It was really a special weekend for sure.
Absolutely.
And a credit to Z2 Comics, their specialty is working with talent and musicians, so they know how to give their talent a stage to do what they do. And that was part of the reason why we brought it to them, because knowing these guys are professionals, they know how to get out there, they know how to get their faces out there, and Z2 is great at giving the stage for these guys to come and do their thing. And there's a huge response for sure.
100%. Yep. It's really a good crew. We got a good crew, man.
Sure do. Sure do. And
Yeah.
I heard Sean when he was going through stuff, he mentioned Chili. There is some guest appearances in this book. I know Thomas Ian Nicholas is in it, Raven Simone, Will Friedle.
Yep.
I gotta know, what was their reactions when you approached them about being involved in the project?
Well, we took a page out of Sean's book with the duct tape and the wrench, and we went up to them and said,
Yeah. Yeah.
East Coast Italians, you're doing it.
You're doing it. You're doing it or else. No.
I was supposed to.
Yeah, the response was all around just so supportive and cool. Like I was because I'm always talking to like Will from Boy Meets World all the time, and I was like, sent him this text. I was like, hey buddy, would you want to be a part of our graphic novel? Mic drop. I thought maybe I would hear back. I mean, and he was like, that sounds amazing. Like, yeah, whatever you need, just let me know. And I was like, and that was kind of the response we got from everybody. And I was like, wow, this is so cool. People were really supportive. I think, everybody rallied on our end, really rallied behind it. And we were just so thankful to them for being so supportive of it. But everybody was really into it and seemed to really love it so far. So
Yeah, kind of amazing considering there's nothing really tangible other than just our verbal sort of pitch,
Well, I think, yeah, and then for me it was that, and then honestly the team.
Yeah.
It was the Berkowitz, it was Sean, it was
Yeah.
having that that kind of backing behind the project.
Yeah, for
was
sure.
was also it's a no-brainer.
Max and I have never been a part of a project where everyone has just gelled so well immediately. Immediately. Usually it takes like months to get this kind of banter back and forth, but no, it's been really beautiful experience.
It's awesome,
I never
man.
want it to end.
It will never end, guys.
It won't.
It might not.
This is
Yeah,
not
it
the
might
end.
not.
This is just the
Not.
beginning.
Exactly.
It's like Grease, Danny, is it? Oh, but it's not the end, Sandy. It's only the beginning. Bam.
all of us in our rolled up t-shirts,
Yes.
with our leather jackets.
Grease is the
Style
word.
hair.
It's the word. It's your word. It's got movies.
Now you guys do realize now we're gonna have to do this as like a social post or something, right?
You got to do a variant cover of this.
Yeah.
Oh,
We're
we
gonna
will.
have to do it.
It's got to be a variant cover.
We will. Oh yeah.
No, if you
Oh
do-
yeah. Well, we are gonna write a theme song. Obviously we always do songs, so we are gonna write a theme song for that will go along with the graphic novel and then hopefully the animated series and beyond. A film, live action, perhaps. Investors, maybe you. Who knows? It's gonna be great. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Amazing.
I will say, kicking it back to the Kickstarter, Z2 does have the ability to press vinyl. If a song exists, it could.
No
we
way.
could-
Really? I have music out there and it's very esoteric. I mean, it's very esoteric, but some of it's pretty good. And I've always wanted to make a vinyl of it.
You got the green light, sir.
There you go.
There you go.
There you go.
I think actually I have a small little community of 30 people that would really appreciate it. So
Yeah, they would.
I'll get them on the Kickstarter.
31.
yes.
And it's
Two.
speaking
Hey!
of Kickstarter, though. Speaking
I
of
would say
Kickstarter,
33, but I think I'm one of the 30 already. I don't
Yeah,
want to
me
just
too.
be redundant. I don't want to be redundant. You know what I mean? I don't want
Do you have another email, Joe? Help me out.
Well,
Sure, I got an old
the-
Hotmail. I'll give
I don't
you.
want to
Yeah,
be counted
all right.
twice.
Well, you can never have enough there. But going back to Kickstarter, though, and this is for Ben and Max. Now this is your second comic project, obviously coming off Dark Horse's The Writer. And now you're going to Kickstarter. What was the behind the scenes decision to go this route? What has been the biggest pro and con for going this route? And you want to talk a little bit about the rewards?
Yeah, so I mean, this was really a collaborative conversation we had with Z2, and the team, and just the Lawrence brothers. They have such a dedicated fan base, and why not bring them in from the ground up? And and Kickstarter is the perfect way to build that community behind this project. Especially for a platform that the brothers have not been a part of. So everyone can get their hands in and really see the machinations behind what we're building right now. And I think that's really exciting.
Somebody
And you
already
can be a
bought the fourth
Lawrence brother. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
You can be one. Yeah, but
Yeah.
somebody already bought it. So maybe we can have a fifth, a sixth, a seventh.
They bought it on
Lawrence
day
brother.
one.
That's amazing.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. We have a lot of different things that are going to be coming out. People are going to be able to buy a lot of stuff. No,
Hey,
no, yeah, man, it's so cool to see people jump in. And like they said, we have so many different tiers and versions and things they can get and experiences that they can buy into if they want to be a part of the book in certain ways, or they could just buy a copy of the book, which they have, But yeah, we wanted to throw it out there to our community that has supported us so much throughout so many different, iterations of what we've done, including, podcasts and, things that we never thought we'd be doing, So
That was a question for the Berkowitz, Joe.
Yeah, no,
yeah, I know.
It's okay. No,
it's
it's
all right.
fine.
It's all right.
I love hearing it.
We're all Berkowitz's Lawrences
Yeah,
now.
exactly. It's matzah pizza time.
Matzo pizza, right?
Yeah,
Yes,
matzo pizza.
pizza
I think
time.
one of my favorite reward right now, besides the signed deluxe edition, the book PDF, the art print, I think it's the trading cards of all three of you.
Yeah.
Sean
The younger
illustrated.
versions.
Yeah. Sean illustrated you guys, and they are hilarious. And I'm gonna have each of those in their like specialty cases on my desk. I get to look
I
at your
just want
beautiful
Andy's,
faces.
because
Yeah, yeah,
he's
yeah.
so cute as a young little boy.
Oh God.
Just put them right here.
Oh, my put him.
Ah, Randy.
Every time I see Max, he pinches my cheeks and gives me a quarter.
Yeah.
I'm his uncle.
It smells like
Could
mothballs.
this mishbooker get any
I'm your
cuter?
uncle.
Could this mishbooker get any cuter? Here's a quarter.
I love it, but now that we're in like marketing mode, since this is going to do well on Kickstarter, we're putting that energy.
Oh
as
yeah,
well.
absolutely.
Then there's going
Thank
to be
you.
a round, and on the next round, I got the perfect idea. Andy, you said you had 30. We're up to 35, counting in chat here. People
Perfect.
want to hear your album. Now, what we do is we make that as one of the rewards. And make it only available to like 50 or 60, so it's real special. See, there it is.
Hey, bro.
Next
That's
I
one.
like that.
Good, dude. You could absolutely do that.
I'm in. Like that sounds
Yeah,
great.
Gotta do that.
And
How
there
do we add that now? That's such a brilliant. What the heck? That's a brilliant.
Can we add it?
So good. Yeah.
I was gonna say I don't know about now, but save it.
Yeah.
Welcome to the team, fellas. Ken and Rich.
Welcome to
You're
the
in.
team.
You're in.
It has been a conversation with
Hey, that was kind of easy. You just had to have a good idea. Uh-oh, they're on to us.
Emily was brought up early in the Kickstarter of like, hey, you guys do vinyl. If these guys had music lying around, you think we could do that? And they're like, absolutely. So we can definitely make those connections for sure.
All right, I gotta text you. I'm gonna send you some songs just to listen to, and then you can tell me if we should do it because I'm in.
Yeah, and speaking of Z2, this is not the first comic that the Lawrence brothers have appeared in. I just had Cool Keith.
There we go.
I was working on the final pages when we started talking about this, and there's a scene in the book that is based on the life of Cool Keith, where he interacts with all of his rap personas, and it's sort of like a multiversal thing where he goes to a reality where his career never really took off, and a lot of his accomplishments were overtaken by the Lawrence brothers in this alternate world. So there's an album cover.
Oh,
my God.
that is so awesome. I love
That's
that.
Amazing.
That's so cool.
Great. Well,
That's a scoop for you guys. I have not announced that yet.
there you go.
Hey,
There it is.
Exclusives here.
It's exclusive there. But Sean, I'm gonna stay with you for a second. When
Yeah.
it's up the detective story, what were the key elements you looked to try to hit just from an art standpoint?
Sure. I mean, it's definitely an emotional arc where we have to see the boys in a place where they're not really happy with where they are. I mean, who is? But these guys have had a lot of twists and turns in their careers, outside of their careers. They're all talented. They're all hardworking. And then Hollywood decides otherwise. And then all of a sudden, you're the butt of jokes for reasons outside of your control, which doesn't really sound fair. So I want to capture that feeling of what it's like having to kind of put up with that and give these guys a moment. We're in this world where, again, my favorite things are situational comedies. Like I love Ghostbusters, where the world is real, except for this one weird thing of like, these guys should not be responsible for saving anybody. Like we really should have called the cops. We should have let the process take care of this, but no, because they think they know better because they've had these experiences by growing up in Hollywood or like working with police on set, like getting these different weird skills that you have to get as an actor because you have to know your lines, you have to hit your mark. It's not it's not a skill that people really appreciate, of like being able to go on camera, hit your mark, do the same thing relatively over and over again. But also having to learn new stuff very quickly. So at the end of the day, these guys have the ability to become experts in like a week or two of something they've never seen before, and throw that in there. And then we'll see this develop in comical ways that also scratch the nostalgic things of like the things we can't get away with saying. We'll scratch the serial numbers off of so we can talk about them in different ways. But you know, as Ben says, a nostalgic type of thing, because guys, we're running out of nostalgia. We're dipping the well too hard these days. By the year 2085, we're going to be out of nostalgia completely, and everybody's going to be in withdrawal. It's going to be an epidemic of what do we talk about now? There's no pop culture references we can talk about anymore because we've done them all. So we need to like make new things and make new things with these guys instead of talking about the thing they did 20, 30 years ago. They're still here. They still want to be a part of this community. Let's bring them back. Let's show everybody that they were wrong about the Lawrence brothers.
Absolutely. And especially coming off the heels of this book, this question is for everybody. You know, what is the future of the agency? Where's like everybody's dream project to take this? Live action, animation, all of the above?
Both of those for sure.
All of the above. Wherever, nothing's off the table, I think, for the Lawrence Brothers Detective Agency with this crew. Yeah.
I want to go full video game. Everything, man.
The universe is endless, but we're going to make the best story possible to begin with. But it's an endless universe that we're building.
There you go. Exactly.
Play.
Yeah.
I love it. So
the Avengers will have nothing on us.
Did you say a Broadway play?
I personally won't be happy until at least 4 or 5 million people are addicted to our game app on Netflix.
Yes.
There you
There you
go.
go.
Love it.
Go. All right, let's have some fun here. I'm going to start with the Lawrence brothers. You're entering the comic realm. What is your favorite comic characters and why?
I mean, I'm going to sound a little cliche, but I've always Batman.
Don't take mine, you son of a bitch.
Frank Miller stuff, you know what I mean? Wolverine, graphic novels. I loved Watchmen, Sandman, all that stuff. I mean, I'm just a fan.
I would say what? I would say Batman, probably Hal Jordan, Green Lantern, probably.
Yeah, Hal Jordan's great.
Super cool.
Yeah. But Batman is, I think, Bruce Wayne is one of my very, very, very favorite characters ever. I just love the turmoil that he went through. I loved, his depiction in Tim Burton's 89 because I just feel like his self-deprecation, that humor that he was masking all that pain with was so well portrayed by Michael Keaton. It was so unexpected. And then I loved, his version in the suit. It was really just amazing. The tone of that was so meaningful to me. And I think that's what's made it transcend all these, decades later, So anyway.
Nah, great picks.
I'm going deep cut here. Flex Mentallo.
Ooh,
wow.
Indian Patrol. Okay.
I mean, look at this guy, a guy who can warp reality just by the flex of a muscle.
That's
Joe. Come on.
That's Joe's.
That is Joe.
You play.
Yeah, you just have to wear a leopard Speedo. That's all.
I had a leopard shirt on the other day. I have no problem with leopard. I love leopard.
I saw
guys.
that. I like that.
I'm Italian, guys. Come on, man. It's me and Rocky Balboa. We like gold and leopard. You know what I mean?
For me, because I'm a very angry person, I would have to say the Punisher.
Yeah,
the Punisher.
Yeah, the Punisher.
That.
Yeah, I like going after people and beating the shit out of them.
That's it. I love that. I love that.
I always liked Spider-Man. Personally,
yeah,
he was faceless, which I really liked. Like,
so was Batman.
No, but you can
still see the mouth.
Yeah,
see the mouth.
Or Cal. What are you talking about, dude?
No, I mean, like, Spider-Man's completely faceless.
Yeah,
any child could put themselves in Spider-Man's shoes, and I did all the time. And I'm also a big animal guy. I love insects, love reptiles. I have a bunch of reptiles and amphibians. So the fact I've always dreamed if I could get bit by a Komodo dragon instead of just being envenomated, but actually take on the skill set of a Komodo dragon or
Ooh,
I always wanted, or have like my own venom I could spit like a spitting cobra.
it'd be so good if you
I
tried.
thought about that as a kid, like a reptile man. You know what I mean? Like that's what I wanted to be.
In the
So-
comics, he keeps getting animals to bite him because he wants to become it. It doesn't work,
Yes.
except for when the
I just
gecko.
keep missing fingers, and
No,
now I'm like
yeah.
a one.
Hold on.
I only have a pinky left by the end of the
Wait,
book.
no, I think gecko. You become Gecko Man. And you
I'm writing this down.
I think the gecko's what it takes.
Yeah, so that was my thing. It's like he got bit by a spider. How cool is that?
Do you know-
Like that's what I want. I want to get the all the skills of all the animals out there.
You should get into Animorphs.
Animorph.
Good.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
there you go, Animorphs.
Talk about throwback.
I know.
Yeah,
Sean?
Sean.
Madman. 100%.
good one.
There you go.
But last night I just finished a read of Brian K. Vaughan's Ex Machina.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So that's really sticking with me right now. I'm not realizing how much Brian K. Vaughan stuff really kind of stuck in my brain in terms of like what happens in a world where you have like a real superhero. And I met him a couple of years ago. Like he's buddies with my friend Dean Haspiel, and he came over to my table at New York Comic Con when I had just ash cans of Pedestrian, and I was like, "Oh, I love your stuff. I'd love to give you a copy." He goes, "No, I'm going to buy this."
Nice.
And that's such a classy move that like really stuck with me in a very big way. Of like, you're this huge guy. Like, no, I'm going to take the time, whatever it costs. I'm going to buy this from you to support you.
Wow.
I love how none of us, Sean, Max, and I, none of us picked our own creator-owned characters. That's
Oh, I mean the
I
Pedestrian.
was gonna say
Yeah.
The writer, Stan Siegel.
Siegel.
Play with my Joey doll.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's another variant cover idea. I'm just gonna put that
Yeah.
on first.
Yeah.
That
Yes.
cover idea.
Yes.
So
So
he's gonna. Don't worry.
so for everybody, excluding this story, because this would just be too easy, what is everybody's favorite detective story or character of all time, crossing any media?
I mean, I don't know why, but I'm a huge Sherlock Holmes fan. I
Okay.
always loved Sherlock. Yeah. But I mean, Dick Tracy was also pretty sweet.
Mhm.
There's a lot of them.
I like Inspector Clouseau
Yes.
All
from
right.
Shot in the Dark. It's my favorite.
Nice.
He's a bumbling idiot. Somehow figures out a way to do it. You know, Mrs. Gambletti. I love that movie. That Blake Edwards film is brilliant, literally brilliant. But anyway, which spawned the Pink Panther. I mean, obviously
Yeah.
that's what that was. So, and I watched that religiously as a kid. I love that. The irony of the Pink Panther, I enjoyed thoroughly. So,
Jessica Fletcher from Murder, She Wrote.
Okay.
Hey!
There we go.
you and our Mimi, our
I watch
grandmother.
it every night. I watch it every
it.
night to this day. I love it.
God
Adam
rest,
Scooby
loves
too.
it.
God rest her soul. She's
Yeah.
watching down on us. But
Oh.
my meme watched. She was obsessed with Angela Lansbury. Was obsessed with Murder, She Wrote. Reminded us a lot of Angela Lansbury, right? Mimi looked a lot like Angela in a way.
So
Same
did
haircut.
ours.
So did same haircut, and
Yeah.
obsessed with that, man. Obsessed with that. Yeah, it was awesome.
This is my answer, even though it's probably wrong.
Wrong.
The Count of Monte Cristo.
Hey,
I watch it. It makes sense.
It makes sense. It works. It
So
works.
you're trying to find the people that ruined your life.
yeah.
You're a dark soul. The Punisher, the Count of Monte Cristo. Wow. I didn't Max. You're showing all. I didn't know
The
this.
man with the iron mask. Oh my God! What the hell?
Miles hiding a lot of-
Jesus. Yeah. Yeah.
Matt's
For me,
Carmen Sandiego.
no, for me, it's a toss up. It's a split between Bud White from LA Confidential and Tommy Lee Jones from
The
Fugitive.
Fugitive.
Which is
Yeah.
onto the whole U.S.
Nice.
Marshal universe.
So
Oh yeah, I forgot about the second one.
Yeah.
yeah.
Robert Jr. was in there, like a pre-Iron Man Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, he
as-
was.
Yeah,
Yep.
right.
He was.
And it
That's
he was
right.
the bad guy.
guy.
It was Wesley Snipes and
Yeah.
and Robert Downey
Right.
is the bad guy. Yeah.
And there's a thing where like they could pick handcuff locked with sunglasses.
Oh, of course.
Great
Of course.
I'm like, oh, I'm out of my handcuffs, and I broke
seconds.
20 pairs of sunglasses that summer to try and figure that out. My
My
mom was
about that was the aha moment too.
Yep.
Because when he sees Wesley Snipes break out with the sunglasses, he's like, I've seen that before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aha. Aha. Anyway, that was great. I love it. That's crazy, Matt. Wow, good callback to the U.S. Marshals. Yep, the spinoff of the
Tommy
The
Jones, every
Fugitive.
house, back house, man, house,
Dude, the Fugitive was so good.
It's so
Oh my
great.
God, so good,
Yeah.
so good.
I don't think I've ever heard U.S. Marshals brought up in a casual conversation.
Yeah.
So
There you go. I'll be here all night. Tip your waitress.
I love it. I love it.
I think
So
mine
good.
is Columbo, Murder by the Numbers, that very first episode. Because I'm watching it, and this was like probably like a pandemic binge. I never had really gotten into Columbo, and then that first one I was like, wow, this is really good. And then at the end, it's directed by Steven Spielberg. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
And then Googling, I'm like, I did not know that. And then
I didn't know that either.
I think I always enjoyed that Columbo always treated everyone with respect.
Yeah, he did. He
He
did.
was more like, oh, you're a criminal, you're a piece of shit. Like, no, like I need to understand you. Like, and he'll try to like see where they're coming from. And he's not here to judge you. He's just here to take you downtown because you broke the law. You're not a bad person. You just broke the law, and that's my job.
It was great.
Yeah.
Columbo was great.
Classic.
Columbo was great.
I was about to do an impression, but it's close to Jimmy Durante, and I'm not going to do it.
Oh, do it.
No.
Do it.
That was a good choice.
Yeah, Columbo's great, man. No, I loved it. Columbo was fantastic. There's so many of them. Magnum PI. There's so many. There's good ones, you know? Yeah.
Yeah.
I love how Columbo also low-key gave everyone the finger in every episode.
Yeah.
Tell me about this here.
That's right. Yeah, with the eye and the whole thing. Yeah, it was great. But it is a little Jimmy Durante too, if you get into it, right?
Right.
Yeah, a little bit.
Definitely.
It's like Durante meets Cagney, you know, sort of a
Right.
thing. Yeah. Funny.
So we have one more since where this bit is going incredibly well, better than I thought about it even in person. So thank you guys for being a bunch.
And they're humble too.
And I'm
Wow,
gonna
you
say
set the bar pretty low, huh? I thought this was going to be a real shit show, but it turns out it's one mark above it. Oh, thanks.
No, we'll give you, since everybody's been so gracious, I'll give you a peek behind the curtain. We got the message yesterday. Well, he passed it on to me that the Lawrence brothers would be joining us for this. And in all caps, I literally, because I will swear, because we can do that here. I was like, "Are you serious? You're not fucking joking with me right now, right?"
Hey,
Like it was all like I thought he was, ribbing me. I thought I was gonna, and he's like, "No, I'm dead serious." I'm like, "This is great. This is an amazing moment for me."
yeah. Oh, I appreciate it.
So you not only have you lived up to that high bar, you've exceeded that high bar. So,
Woo!
low bar. It was a very high bar.
Jackpot, baby.
But
Thanks,
let's have it. I'm going to change it up a little bit because we're having so much fun with it. This will be the last one of these. Originally, we were going to ask 90s event comics, and Sean, you can talk to that. Anybody who can do it. But let's just go. What is your favorite, not including anything you did, because obviously that would be too easy.
Right.
What is your favorite 90s nostalgia, like pop culture moment, movie, anything, just whatever you want to throw out there?
Ooh, I'll start, guys. The Michael Jackson Black or White video.
Oh, dude!
Wow.
Like,
Home run.
I had to be home at 8:00 that night.
Awesome.
There's no excuse. It's on every channel.
Yeah.
With the first that technology of the morphing faces, right? You're black, you're white, stuck with you to be yeah, you're black, you're white. So good, dude. So good.
That was
Like,
great.
all
I
the
remember that.
technology of the world had like kind of culminated in this moment of like we're
Dude.
connected just enough where we can get the word out. We've got some technology we can play with. We've got the star power of Michael Jackson.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
8:00 on a Sunday night. So there's this cultural moment of like, boom, this is where we are. This is what we're
Dude.
doing right now.
Dude,
Michael, man.
All right.
Michael was just, gosh. I remember as a little kid, the event in the 80s when Thriller premiered. I was very little, but I remember sitting in front of the TV and I mean, this nobody did it like, I mean, bad. Oh my God. Michael's just, God.
I'll give you my moment of the 90s.
I know what it's going to be.
Oh my God. He's wearing the shirt.
Jurassic Park. Amazing.
So true.
Andy, go like this.
So good, dude.
That was like the greatest thing ever. For me. I mean,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Wow, that's tough.
I was gonna say we got big ones.
Yeah, those are big.
Yeah, those are
Um,
huge, man.
I don't. I'm trying to think.
I've got another small one.
one of 'em-
Armageddon Summer, when Armageddon came out with that Aerosmith song. I don't
Oh
want
God.
to lose my.
so good,
Everywhere.
so good, dude, so good.
I think "Beautiful Day" by U2. I remember when that song came out too. That was.
It's a
I
good
got
one.
a couple. I got a couple. I think it was because they had often, tried to compare the two phrases because they were similar, but obviously we said them quite differently. But Keanu Reeves is, whoa, are you telling me there's a bomb on this bus?
That's amazing.
That one
Amazing.
was big. Speed, that moment, and I think because I got this movie, believe it or not, but I couldn't do it because my show wouldn't let me out to do it, and it was called, believe it or not, at the time, Scary Movie. And then they ended up, and then the Wayans ended up doing a spoof Scary Movie, but the original working title to Scream was Scary Movie.
Man.
And I'll never forget being in the theater, and then it's like, hello, Casey. And that, to me, the whole audience went nuts. And the impact of Ghostface on Halloween even to this day. But I mean, dude, living in it, like in 96, Matt, I mean, Andy, you guys remember, like 97, 98. There were 1,000 ghost faces walking around the neighborhoods.
You couldn't get a ghost face mask.
Could not get one.
Stores,
Could
and
not get
there
one.
were so many ghost face for years. I mean, it was nuts. Yeah. Also, I think I remember just because I remember sneaking into the theater because for some reason I saw every movie as a kid. Like,
yeah, well, we took you to see them all. Yeah.
I should have not been seeing. Right.
You were the size of a Cabbage Patch, so we just brought you in Mom's purse.
Yeah, I don't know why. Like when I was, it would sit me in front of the television, like 5 years old. I watched Species and like all these weird. Anyway,
Species.
But in particular, I remember I snuck in to see Fight Club in '99. I snuck into that theater against, and I just remember sitting there going like, "Oh my God, this is the coolest, greatest movie." The Pixies, David Fincher, Brad Pitt, and Norton looking cool as, just the coolest movie.
Yeah.
That changed my whole life, honestly.
We also, as a family, thoroughly enjoyed Lethal Weapon 3.
Ace Ventura.
Ace Ventura.
Alrighty then. That one. People were like, I remember that was the most cinematic movie experience of an audience.
That's true. And tell him that.
Probably outside of Jurassic Park was huge too, because I think we went to the premiere.
Yeah.
But anyway, but Ace Ventura we saw in the theaters, and people
opening night.
We had to see it again because the laughs were so hot. People were spilling their popcorns and rolling in the aisles.
There were literally people in the aisles.
Yeah, it was
rolling out of their seats into the aisles. No joke, laughing at that film.
The Rock.
The Rock.
Dude. The Rock.
Yes.
I got a shave on that deck.
That's right.
The same deck.
The Fairmont
No way.
penthouse.
No, you didn't.
Wait a minute. You got a shave on that deck?
Hot shave.
How's your bowling arm? Bowling arm.
That was a crazy experience. That penthouse, I think it's like 17 grand a night to stay in, but we were filming.
We did not pay. Yeah.
We did not pay. But yeah, I think who was it? Russell Crowe. He stays there whenever he comes to San Francisco, but he only sleeps outside on the deck. He doesn't stay in one of the 3 bedrooms.
No way. Remember that? You're taking my Humvee. I'm just borrowing your Humvee.
Yeah. Yes. Forget Maui. I love that, right?
Oh, so good.
Oh my gosh, man. So good.
I think for me, there was this little indie film that came out called Mrs. Doubtfire.
Hey, yes.
I think that like changed that like really was a shift in, comedy in film. And I think, Robin Williams, you, Matt, it was that movie just had such an impact on all of us.
His face is ingrained in my head.
Yeah.
Like, Dad?
And when he does the Barbara Streisand, like that kills me.
Oh my gosh. I know.
That was great.
All right. Well, because I'm addicted to sports. 1999 All-Star Game. Pedro Martinez. Fenway Park. 5 strikeouts out of 6 batters against the steroid era guys. Sammy Sosa, Mark McGuire, all these guys. I loved it. And then the other one is I was 7 years old, go to the movie theater. I think my grandmother took me to a movie. My parents were seeing Private Parts.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, wow.
Our movie ended.
Howard Stern.
Yeah.
The Howard Stern
Our
bio.
movie
Yeah.
ended, and my grandmother thought it would be smart to take me into that movie to like go see them. And that's when the speaker was underneath the woman's skirt.
Right.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
I remember that.
And that's what made me into a freak. So.
Oh my god.
Dude, the South Park movie.
Thank you, Grandma.
Yes.
The South Park
Oh, my
movie.
God.
When that came out in theaters, I went to go see it, and I had a lot of questions because I was a young kid. I remember turning to my mom, asking her a bunch of questions throughout that movie
What about Team America? What about that
Come
one?
on,
Oh,
Devil, Devil, what are you doing? Just come here, give me a kiss.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Remember Team America?
Yep.
Kill Canada.
Oh, yeah.
Blame Canada.
That's not Team America. That's South Park.
That's South Park.
Oh, is it? Oh, is it? Is that movie?
Yeah.
Oh
Bigger,
my
longer,
gosh.
uncut.
Yes.
It's the same guys.
Yeah.
That's funny. It's crazy.
Same team though.
We were talking Team America. We're talking post 2001 when the 90s.
Exactly.
ended.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But dude,
Now
this-
we're America. Now we're against everybody.
exactly.
Don't mess with us, guys.
Freaking
But that's
Friends.
the one thing, seeing all the nostalgia here, and that's what people are going to be picking up when they go make sure they order this book because, like I say, this has got so many fun elements involved in it. It's just the start of a groundworking of a new universe that you're absolutely going to fall in love with. Guys, we can't thank you enough for coming on the show. When the book is out, we definitely have to have you come back on and do a whole turn page breaking down everything involved in it.
Sure. Be our pleasure to do so. Thanks so much for having us on today, guys.
Yeah, appreciate
Thank
it.
you so much, Ken and Rich.
No,
Thank you.
Thank you guys. And like we say in the liner notes of this podcast and YouTube channel, you want to make sure click the link. Don't wait till the 23rd of August to do it. Do it early, do it often, share it everywhere. You don't want to miss what is going on with this because trust me, when you get the Lawrence Brothers Detective Agency in your possession, you're going to have a truly quality book that's only starting for something so much larger to head your way in the comic shops. And we'll end it like we always do on Turn a Page. On behalf of Rich and myself, thank you for checking us out. And when you're at the comic shops and you have a great issue in your hand that you got off Kickstarter because you were smart and you bought a multiple copy, so you brought it with you, like the Lawrence Brothers Detective Agency, and you see somebody struggling to find something, hand yours off to them. Tell them Turn a Page. We'll see you next time.
It's such waste of time swiping left and swiping right on people you could know. 'Cause anyone who's worth a damn be worth way more than a picture could ever show. You could find the right light, find the right angle, and never find your soul. And it can feel like a losing battle, and this plot is full of holes. This modern way of finding love just makes me feel so alone. And I can't be the only one sick of staring at my phone. So look up, talk to me, a better way to spend our energy. Just look up, talk to me. We don't have to float alone on the open sea. Don't know that I believe in the old time fable. Everyone has just one true love. All I know is you're across this table, and you're all I'm thinking of. So look up, talk to me, a better way to spend our energy. Just look up, talk to me. We don't have to float alone on the open sea. Talk to me. Talk to me. It's such waste of time swiping left and swiping right on people you could know.